Yeah. I don't know who pick up on the other end, but this for the streets. Yeah. I grew up where the rules.
Let's get to it.
I grew up where the rules changed every other day. No guidance, just survival, we was shown the way. The streets raised us like a father that was never home. Left us out here, learning lessons on our own. Told us pick a side early just to feel we safe. But that same choice could put you in a graver case. I seen kids turn grown before they even lived, trying to carry weight that they was never meant to give. Dead in the eyes of the law before we said a word. Conditioned to break rules like that's what we deserve. They built the system, then they blamed us for the fall, but never showed a way to rise above it all. It's a call to the streets. I ain't mad, I just understand now. I seen men take 25 and smile like it's light. Say I'll see you later, knowing they ain't coming back right. I seen addiction take people I knew, same ones that once had dreams they was trying to pursue. Prostitution on the blade just to make it through. Everybody sacrificing just to feel like they can move. I was in it, I ain't different, I was right there too. Same environment, same pressure, same point of view. But somehow I made it through all that noise, all that chaos, all them traps set for us as boys. So if I call the streets, I ain't calling with hate, I'm calling with perspective from a different state. I made it,
and I know why.
And I know why. Everything I lived through built me into who I am. Even what you didn't give, I had to understand. So I thank you for the lessons, not the pain itself, but what it showed me about life and myself. And for the ones still stuck in that same cycle, I pray they get the strength to break that title. Cause I know what it feel like to think it's all you got, when the only thing you see is what you caught. So with this call, reach anybody on that line. I hope they find a way to see beyond the time. More compassion, more guidance than we had, cause too many still living in the same path. That's all I had to say.
That's all I had to say.
We made it.
Yeah.
We made it.
Yeah. Let me see who did their homework today. Hit that like button and super subscribe. But check this out. Check this out. This ain't little homework. This is all your homework. How did black people end up in the world's circus? How did you end up in the mind of a clown? That was posed yesterday. I'm so eager to see how this turns out in my chat room today. And you know the slogan, don't run, press 1. You don't run. My phone lines are open right after my homeroom. So hey, feel free to call in, text me. Kev, call me back after the next call. You got that, you know. And maybe we can get some good conversation going on today regarding the students. I know a lot of people is not going to show up. I know a lot of them because Kev is on his homework. And, you know, this is going to show the level in which you've been valuing KevRow University. So it's evaluation day. I hope y'all don't fold and get to running and shuffling around. Press 1. Come on every day. Today is a special day because we get to see who stayed down.
Stay down. Stay down. 10 toes on fold now. World cold, but I'm built for the showdown. No handouts, had to carve my own route. Stay solid when they try to take my soul out. Stay down even when it don't make sense. Stay down, that's the cost of the rent. Stay down, I ain't switching for a trend. Stay true, now I'm up in the end. Stay down. Late nights, sirens sing lullabies. Yellow tape dreams, seen too many mamas cry. Homie say slide, but I see the bigger plan. One wrong move, that's your life in a can.
Hold up.
They don't teach patience where I'm from, it's fast money,
Stop
fast.
the beat. Stop the beat. Hey, shout out to the people who love my channel. Whoever Joseph White is, I know that's Rico. Dress what? Rico texted me up this morning speaking Hebrew. I blocked him on like 4. Dress what? I blocked him on like 4. See, the distractions want to come because they know Kev has sent out his torpedoes. Press 1. See, Kev got his own torpedoes, and everybody want to distract and distort and start talking Hebrew in my Google. He's talking about Yahweh and a bunch of other things. It's too late, Buster. You called me the spirit of truth already, remember? You said without Kevin Gillespie, remember? But now you coming back, Kev is this and that one. And that's okay. My phone lines are open for all the students. You feel me? Because one thing about me, Rico, press 1, we all got the same 24, my nigga. You gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah.
Go ahead, bro.
We all got 24.
Hey, Rico.
We all got 24. What you do with yours? I was building mine while you watching boys. Same clock tick, but a different course. I was betting on me, you was betting on force. We all got 24, that's a full day. You was watching me, I was making plays. Same time zone, but a different phase. I was locked in, you was lost in the days. Alarm ring, I'm already up.
I was already up.
Mind sharp, I don't need luck. Map the day before it even start. Every move precise, that's a work of art. You still scrolling, thumb getting tired. Watching other people build what you admire. Got opinions on a life you ain't living. Time slipping by, but you don't feel it. We both woke up to the same sun. Same 24, but we ain't the same ones. You looking out what I'm looking within. That's the difference where the winds begin. We all got 24, what you do with yours. I was building mine while you watching boys. Same clock tick, but a different course. I was betting on me, yeah, I was betting on force. You know my schedule better than your own. Know my moves, but your path unknown. Every post got you locked in place. While I'm stacking hours, you can't replace. It's the track, it feel like progress, but you just spectating, not in the process. Energy spent on another man's grind. By your own blueprint stuck in rewind. I ain't mad, I just see it clear. Time don't wait, it just disappear. And every second that you misplace is a step behind in your own race. You don't need to watch me.
You don't need to watch and text me, nigga. You need to
watch you.
Shit.
Same hours.
Same hours, nigga. It's all
Same
about what
clock.
you do or yours.
Different decisions,
what is this?
different life motions.
Listen.
Months later, look at the shift. Same 24, but I made a lift. Turned I was in the assets, time in the
blocked you
go.
on that number, you
Built
came
the life
back.
off the days I control.
What are you doing, bro?
Still wonder how it came together.
together.
But you never use your time for better. That's
I
the
blocked
truth
you
that
again,
they
you
won't
came back with
accept.
another
Success ain't random, it's time well kept. So when you see me where you wanna be, just remember it was hours you couldn't see. Late nights, early rise, no excuse. Same 24, just different use. We all got
24, that's a full day. Woo.
what you do with yours? Hours, building mine. While you watching boys, same clock tick,
Ticking, nigga.
but a different course. I was heading on me. Yeah, you was betting on force. We all got 24. That's a full day.
24, that's a full day.
I turned mine into a getaway. Same time,
Same time, Rico.
different way.
Different
I
way,
chose
nigga.
growth.
Hey.
You chose delay.
You chose the like button. Hit the like button. That's one song I wrote to this spiritual buster. That's why. He mad right now. He mad because I got everybody studying. He trying to bring up abracadabra. He trying to bring up Bible verses that don't make sense to him. He just trying to have some form of communication slash intercourse because he's a gay man. Press one, and you gotta understand, Rico. These steps was divine. Press one. It wasn't random, champion. Hit the like button and subscribe. That's the problem. You was right here. You was right here. Press what? Smiling and beguiling. Turns out you was trying to be Confucius himself. That's a shame, bro. To think you can come against me? All this knowledge and wisdom, me and my team put together, you can't beat nobody in no type of nothing. Press one. You confuse yourself, reptilian baby. Press one. Oh, the Canaanites is mad because they know Israel, aka the lawgiver. Press one. Is here to take all they shit. Press one in one big game of dice, craps, nigga. And guess what? 7-11. 7-11. 70 back on 24. Hey, I picked up the cash flow. Then we play bones. Now I'm yelling dominoes. Brother, what? You mad at the bug? Straight Cali nigga out here destroying it. Boop bop beat beat me and my trusted 17 supporters. Boop bop beat. Watch out. The smallest counter army on the internet, and we're just out here beating people up. Inside the mind of a clown, Rico. Huh? Inside the mind of a clown. See, psychologically deranged these people are. They want to message me. They need to be making content and stop waiting on Kev to make content. They need to make content. Stop adding Kev. Stop adding me, trying to see if I see your videos out there. I don't want to see nothing. I don't care about none of that. We got the remedy right here, and y'all gave up. Press one. Y'all gave up. So that's not on Kev. Press one. If you want a rebuttal in homeroom, I can entertain a rebuttal. Press one. All you got to do is call it in. 424. I mean, my class can use a good chuckle before we get to the seriousness of our business. See, you just talking. You don't make no sense. I'm going to beat him before he get here. He don't make no sense. He confuses himself. He text messages in all caps yelling at me, and I'm like, press one. Come on, Kev, let me in. Press one. Please, sir. Press one. Look at this. He gonna hate me, but he wrote a lot thanking me right in these messages. I just didn't hear it. I just didn't pay no damn attention to it. Kev, you the best ever. Without you, I wouldn't be nothing. That's what it say in Hebrew. Press one. Bro, he be trying to tell me what it mean in Hebrew. Press one. Shaphat or Shaphat. I don't care about them little words, bro. We don't speak symbols, homeboy. Chinese letters and upside down. Press one. We write from left to right. Left, 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 right. Y'all write backwards. Press one. That's why God put an end to Adam's first religion. He put an end to y'all make-believe malarkey. Press one. And he got Kev down here by himself and his trusted YouTube pages. Because guess what? That's where y'all at anyway. All the spiritual busters is on the internet thinking they funny, thinking they alive, thinking they found some type of life. But the Rock says, the Rock says, stop it. All these teachers out here, all the false teachers in association with all of the false students. Press one. The students don't want to learn. They want to confuse, family. That's why we are on campus, but we really not. Hit the like button, but we really not. No, they here to confuse. They here to pretend. Because you know why? Everything they really ever learned, I'm against when it comes to their ham process and how to perceive the law in the Holy Scriptures. That's just, they don't know how, and the only thing they can do is, let's see if he know this. Let's see if he know that. Let's see if he, because all they know is the circus lifestyle. Press one, they ain't live one day up out of the circus. Press one. That's why they don't want you healed. They need you in the trauma like little parasites. Because that's how the OODA loop keep you in the past. Who developed the OODA loop? We'll get back to it. But that's how they do. So the Canaanites, one bunch of crybabies, bunch of demonites. That's what I call them. To me, ain't nothing happened worse than Kev. Put all that crying. Verse 1, stand up and fight for your right if you didn't sell it. Press 1, so I can look into this camera and see my soul. Press 1, it's still there, intact. Press 1, it ain't gone. I didn't sell it. Press 1. See? Never think of such a thing. I wouldn't even think of selling, even if you could. Press 1, who thinks of that? That's the problem. Y'all pledged with the personification of death and thought y'all was going to run psychological games with Brett the Hitman Hart and the Hart Foundation. They thought they was gonna run psychological because I'm weak and I really went through something in trauma and all of these things that will disorientate the OODA loop and keep you confused. Press 1, where they are. That's demons. Demons need you confused. Demons need your ass because that's why they need you to thrive. Please. I told you, a demon's best trick is they goddamn tears. Press 1. Pow! Press 1. You don't fall for it. Oh, wait. I got feelings too. Synthetic, not real. I can't trust you, brother, sister, brother. One. You got a corrupt mentality. You got a corrupt sense of being. You got a false face in the public, but the real you is devious. Press 1. That's why your life got you treated. That's why the demon got a hold of you. I call them the trauma demon. Press 1. That's why they got a hold of you. Because you just as sick as the person, as the sin that's in you. Press 1. That's why you sick, I guess. Because you got sin. You got that shit in you. Yep. You can't speak. After 5 years, you can't speak. Got what you got. You got that shit in you. You want to be a part of the chocolate factory. You deserve to be eaten up like a little candy bar sold as a commodity. That's why. Because you like to be entertained by the clowns at the circus. Press 1. So guess who's the treat? You. Press 1. You gonna stay black and you gonna stay dead and you gonna stay Illuminati thinking because you can't even conceive the thought that you live inside the mind of a goddamn clown. You ain't even thought about it. Press 1. All the history Kev got over here should told you how psychopathic you gotta be to eat black people. To eat them. Edomites. Press 1. Esau like his meat red and uncooked. The meat packer himself. Press 1. Now everybody know the United States of America, Uncle Sam is the spokesman for Rome. He is the trickster. He is the devil's gesture. Press 1. The clown is not the ringleader. Hit that like button and subscribe. Let me get that shit clear. The clown is not the ringleader. The ringmaster. Everybody chasing dream. Everybody chasing the illusion, the trick of the clown. The clown love you in the trauma bond, in the trauma-based mental program. feeling good, giving you balloons, saying, hey, little man, and you a grown ass person. Hey, little man, that's why clown. That's how I know. That's how I know. That's how I know that I was different though. Fact that you live in the clown system to make you feel good. But you black in law, in the real world, outside of the circus of when we gonna get free. You never gonna be free. Ever. Until you realize that there's only one way, and that the Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, press one, is the begotten Son. That's what you got to do. I don't know where you are in your spiritual world before you met Kev, thinking you can fool around and puff daddy your way into my heart. Oh no. Press one. Love ain't got nothing to do with it. Like Tina Turner say. What's love but a second-hand emotion? Is it different when I do it? It's cool when they do it. It's a problem when I do it. What's love with a second-hand emotion? What love got to do with it? You'll never be free. I'm not finna help you get out and be free, and you playing around in my class. Hey, I'm not about to help you get free and you fooling around, not taking your sovereignty and what you know about right and how to stand up against foreign systems and corporations masking around as it's here to help me, as if it wants me. Press one. No, you don't know what the personification of civil death is, and you've been here this whole time. You might as well take your little student seat and walk out and sit in the hallway. Press one. I've been doing this for too long, too long. You ain't did no notes. You ain't did no homework on how the circus is pretending to be law and order, and you live in that. Press one. And you don't want to be free. The only person on earth discussing this with the knowledge of how to escape, and you sitting around. Nigga, I don't showed you the wobblies underground came from underground. You still in allegorical thinking dwarfs and shit. Press one. I don't showed you they put you on the trains. Press one, got you out the house, alienated the mind, sent the men on train, never returned. Press one, put them in labor camps. Huh? Clown outfits. Huh? Put them in clown outfits and made them work. Press one. And you fooling around, and that's your lineage? I don't believe you. You a foreigner. You gotta be. You gotta be. You gonna wake up every day and Hefe in prison. He murdered somebody. Press one. Them gangbangers can't help him. Press one. All them niggas is dumb. Press all every last one of them. I'm raising $16,000 for him, my homeboy. Let his family do that. You go to work. Oh man, you heard about, yeah, that's what happened when you do bad things. Should nobody be putting hands on nobody at the age of 45, 50 years old, and people got shit to do tomorrow, and they families love them. You niggas is the problem. Press one. You niggas is ashamed to the motherfucking ancestors. Getting on the internet, acting like y'all having some memorial service towards Aunt Hefe and his boy don't motherfucking and his code D press one don't DP a old man press one and his life is no longer here because y'all want to be DP press one and beat people up and say how gangs operate. Well, guess what, Willy Wonka? Press one. You're going, nigga. You're going. That's the next chocolate bar. You see? You see? Now they raising money. They on the internet flashing chain. And I got this, and you niggas need to get y'all lives together. Whole time they beating people up. Whole time. False charisma, false everything. A-Trade Gangster Crips, 60s neighborhood, 40s. Nigga, doesn't matter. The whole doesn't matter. Nigga, you're going. Why? Because them niggas is dumb. That's why. Hit that like button and super subscribe. Them niggas want to be clowns. in the circus, signed up to be employees of the circus. The 13th and 14th Amendment was meant for the freedmen, not freed men, slaves, for the freedmen. Press 1, the people of this republic. That's why the 13th was to put your ass in prison and make it legal to do so with your funny looking self. You make it legal so you can be a Willy Wonka chocolate bar and give up your golden ticket and give it. I'm telling my class, you got to go to when this started. I already said it. I already found us in the private prison boot camp. I already told you penal colonies and penal codes, which was black codes for black people. Those is jail codes, jail colonies. That's where the wobblies and white folk was able to be as they worked here. Press 1, in a foreign nation, in penal colonies. These are the rules. That Constitution is their rules. Press 1. Facts. Their Constitution, and they broke the Constitution by making you a 13th and 14th Amendment, then denying you life, liberty, and the pursuit of. Press 1. And then claimed you, right? Claimed you as what? Stop. Got your ass as an attainder. Press 1. They attained you. They attained you. You a POW, and you running around talking about woman relationships. You a prisoner of war in your own land. And you running around talking about you FBA, but you got to sign up with the federal government who went to war against my ancestors. FBA is an enemy to God's people. The Hebrew Israelites is an enemy to God's people. The NOI is an enemy to God's people. The federal government has been nothing but an enemy and will be charged as such to God's people, to our people. Hit the like button and super subscribe. That's why judgment is happening. That's why Chud ass, and Chud ain't just one person. That's why these fake ass humanoid synthetic beings are about to feel something they ain't never felt. And hiding underground or going underwater to hide ain't gonna help you. You might as well hop in the water and just go deep because that you're going. So the students that come here has been prepared with great knowledge of the Black Holocaust, how they was pushed into the World's Fair, aka to be slaves and to never come out, as a matter of fact, how everything was destroyed, bearing who they are, enslaved through 1 or 2 world wars to cover up. It was a world war on these people, black people in America. And Moors, Spaniards, Turks, Russians, Jews, Ashkenaz, Polish, Swiss, French, Russia, all stand convicted in the eyes of the language of God. Convicted. They came here, stole our names, our birthright. We speak English. This is our language. Y'all speak Dutch and Russian and all this other stuff. Go speak your language. We speak this. I wasn't a slave. We are prisoners of war, made black in the eyes of the law. Never to even understand that. Never to even be made competent to understand the ramifications on how that became possible. But Kev Gills, Mr. Gillespie himself, Uncle Sam is Willy Wonka. You're going to explain it. 18 U.S. Code 666. Well said. Press 1. What is that? We went over that. We went over that. You got to break that down. You got to break that down. Right? Right? Yes, sir. Theft, fraud, bribery, or corruption involving organizations or governments that receive federal money. That is against the law. Press one. That's what I'm talking about. Have we discussed that here at KevRow University? That statement alone let me know somebody's doing homework. That statement alone. See, this is the man of sin. Who is the man of sin? The son of oh, come on. Come on. Come on. What section or is he in violated? 18 is 666 anyway. U.S. Code 666, theft or bribery concerning programs receiving, and that goes back to all of the programs that received federal funding, all the way up to or down to the War Department. Sisters and daughters of the Confederacy, sons of the Confederacy, the Confederate Army, the Union, all 50 corporate nations that infused itself on this land as one entity, the United States of America, which is a nation of immigrants that have come against thee. And our people never seen it come. Why? Because most of these people was underground. Most of these people was building tunnels. These people got a whole War Department underground. And you wonder how all those black towns was blown up and set on fire and where them little neo-Nazis come from. Those, no, the little ones, born about 3 foot to 8 to 4 feet. Them little motherfuckers, them disguised as grown ass people. Little cave and chimney climbers coming in through all sorts of ways. First one, oh, yeah, we did all of this research here at KevRow University. And you better have your homework. Mm-hmm. You better have your homework. You better have your homework. We discussed this. How did you become a commodity on the stock market, you piece of chocolate, in Uncle Sam's chocolate factory, which is prison? Hmm. Hmm. No, don't act like you got to go do the homework. You about to go find out. Don't act like no. You know this. I told you about the vagrant camps. I told you about the roundups. I told you about the Red Cross and how they were the Nazis and how the federal government and Harry S. Truman did the extermination camps and injections all over America. He told y'all that. Convict Leasing Through Vagrancy Act. Thank you. You see, there's students. There they are. There they are. Support the broadcast. Let me give a shout out to the students that is here. Lena McCoy, Taj Payton, Yohanan Shout out to y'all here at KevRow University. Mm, mm, mm. And of course, shout out to my supportive mods that's here. And of course, the people who I don't see in the chat, but when I see them, I'll let them know. No, you won't open up those phone lines. Open up my phone lines. I've already started working, but my phone lines are open. If it's not coming through, all you got to do is send me a text message. Shout out to my boy Brian King. Shout out to you, bro. Yeah, all you got to do is text me. But I'm not taking my class off of what we're discussing here to talk about what Rico wants to discuss. Rico, my phone lines, I was just playing. It's not open to you. Okay? It's not open. We've moved so far past whatever thought process you can conjure up out of the seals of Solomon. We don't want to hear from you. This is Kevin's class. Okay? I love you, brother, but you got to go find your life. I'm not a part of your life. Press one. I'm not a part of your life. I'm a part of this one. Okay? So God bless you, brother. But I was just playing with you. I don't want you to call. We don't want to hear you. I just wanted you to say, Kev, can I call in? I love that about you. I love you're so gullible. Press one, I love that shit. Press one, I just gonna keep going. Oh, you almost gonna do it. I just keep it dangling there as if you're ever going to make sense. As if you're ever going to get on other. Watch this shit in my brain. Watch this. I'm gonna cut his ass off as soon as he start begging. Press one, hit the like button and subscribe. That's what I do to Satan's little vessels. No, you have no power. Nobody want to learn from you at all. You look funny. You're not as aesthetically pleasing to the eyes to my viewers. And you annoying. Press one. So you look like a troll. Your mama and your daddy created you. So they had one of them had to look like you. Press one. So either your mama made love to an underground cave Neanderthal dweller. Press one. Or vice versa. Either way, we two different beings on Earth, champ. Love you. See you later. Hit the like button and super subscribe. So, humanitarian aid at camps. Yes. So, how are we comparing Uncle Sam's Charlie and the Chocolate Factory to Willy Wonka? I mean, Uncle Sam's Corporation to the Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory theme. Uh, you. I hope you can do it. All of the information is here. It's hard to watch Willy Wonka ever again because what they was really talking about was black people. That's it. If you look at what it's saying, you would be amazed. But 424-209-9506. Let me see what we got. The IWW minors turned us into minors of the law. Yeah, when you became a minor, you had to do what? How do you know that? Where did that happen? Where do you see in history, Ali, where black folk signing up to be that? Press one, because somebody changed you into a minor in law, of course. But when was that? And that's for Ali. The rest of y'all, hey, convict leasing through vagrancy acts. Okay. Convict leasing through vagrancy acts. is, excuse me, the vagrancy acts were designed to do what? Is the only way to round up massive amounts of black people is to do what? Pass vagrancy laws since they don't work at the circus. Everything that they had was taken. So since there's nothing, they, through vagrancy laws, are what? Made dead in the eyes of the law. They became captives to the federal unionized government. They were made black instantly. And everything since then, and black people, that mean the children of these people, they think penal law is supreme law. They don't know they're carrying on the mindset of a prisoner and a status of jailbirds. What kind of jailbird? Life without the possibility of parole. Life without the possibility of parole. Now you got a warden over you. Why? Idle and disorderly people became criminals. That is the what? Black codes. Come on, fellas, where y'all at? Where the fellas that's here? Where y'all at? Those are black codes. We've been here for years. Where y'all at? Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Ain't no hiding in the back. Ain't no hiding in the back. How many people we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Come on. Okay. Yeah. Where your notes at? Where your notes at? Where your notes? No explanation points. No, y'all not doing that. Where your notes? Where your notes? Where your notes? You see what's in there? You see what's in there right there? Look, administration creates categories like vagrancies. Do you see that? You see that? We already said black codes. You see that? But you're not in my class. I'm talking to my students, but you're not in my class. I don't know who you are, but you got to go. Right now, I'm in class mode. I'm trying to see where my students at, where they gauging at. No exclamation points and all this and get words, not ones, not none of that stuff. That stuff is out. How are you enslaved? Yeah, that shit dead. That shit died. How are you enslaved and still at Willy Wonka's? How did this happen? Oh, what a beautiful time it is to be alive. You say, you taking notes, right? Every day, right? Look in your notes that you're taking right now and speak. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm waiting right here. Hmm. Let me see. I'll wait. Let me see. No, I don't mean type it. Mm-mm. I mean, I mean call it in. Yeah, typing it is that's for that's for these people at work and you know what I'm saying? Running their programs. No. I need to hear it. That's what I need to hear. I need to hear it. We not collectively doing no. Let's say Royal Purple, Jamie Lee, Taj, Deb. Oh, Deb text me. Deb said, Kev, I would like to speak on it. Let's call Deb. Press one, gotta call Deb. Gotta call Deb. I know y'all just not gonna let the white people make these calls today before you realize how you in the chocolate factory. I know you ain't letting Deb do this. That's one. Ma'am, are you there? All right, 1 second. Let me see something. All right, let me load you right on in. I got to give it to the students today. Are you there?
Yes, sir.
All right. Let me put you on the air and we're good. Go ahead.
Okay. Sir, I took the cartoon thumbnail that you wrote out under labor, land, mind, families, soul freedoms, and soul to dream, and kind of wrote out some notes from the classes that you have taught us. So
Yes, ma'am.
your work. It is all your work, and it is the grace of your patience which lets me speak today. I will speak on how the families were sold through bondage first. Given a social security number and a birth registration where your parents informed on you and created you a race and an ID without a nationality of sovereignty.
Go ahead.
Or this placed them in jeopardy that they could not work without the Social Security number, which had previously been applied to Bibles. Your birth registration and everything was kept in the Bible.
Right. Your family Bible.
Hence, yes, hence the burning of the book.
Right.
This is the burning of the family book.
Right.
The families were stolen. The families were sold a lie. The families were forced to work if you did not have $5 in your pocket. And this is up until the 70s. And you know, in your own lifetime, through gang affiliation, you look like a gang because you're in a group.
Right.
You're going to get swept off the street.
Right.
This is bringing up the 94 crime bill that we have taken God's people and placed them into prisons for sweat equity, leaving the families without the husband.
Go ahead.
The beginnings of this is under the false draft registration where you mark your X. This is a place where many times those draft registrations were used to steal the pensions of the soldiers that didn't really come back.
That's right.
What came back, sir, were replacement people.
That's right.
People of melanated skin
That's right.
that played the clowns, people like my family, an Army, Navy background, UN, oh my God, all the shit I've uncovered.
That's right.
Me as a wobbly
That's right.
bloodline, even though they say I have melanated skin, spirit, even though the DNA says I had melanated skin, I don't appear it because I was raised by Nazis in sheep's clothing.
That's right.
This gave me a whole mindset of clown submission,
Ooh.
so that I committed myself to the clown. I went to school and pledged allegiance to the flag after a few beatings. Absolutely. And I took the shit easier, softer way of feeding myself instead of working, only to come to KevRow and find out that it was all a lie. And that's just on the family stolen. I can go on to Stole the Dream, your talent, your wealth, God's people, God's people's lives, their legacy, their culture, their inalienable rights as sovereign people has been stolen, and sold a dream of 40 acres and a mule to replace it. Sold a slave story through being trained through their mind of miseducation that Baptists are okay, half gay is all right, taking away the man's place in the family, which is the head of household. Women cannot do it alone and will not do it alone. These are some of my notes on family and freedom. Shall I go on to labor? Yes, sir. Land through eminent domain for the greater good was the cry of the United States Army Corps of Engineers.
That's right.
And this was after the torches and the guns and the lynchings, after sign your name here so that you can be put into a camp for humanitarian aid.
Yeah. Protection camp. Those, and they labeled them under the protection of the federal government, which would, put them as trustees visually as well as administratively, fleeing from the South. And they ran right into the net cast. So go ahead.
Yes, sir. The net cast and being sorted, as in you will be good here and you're going to talk too much, so you're just dead physically.
Yeah.
Instead of being worked to death, you're just killed. And as I spouted out yesterday, pure hair and bones is made into diamonds under pressure in another country, shipped at the end of train lines, shipped at the end of train lines and turned into commodities. Your skin was turned into belts, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
These things are not things to be spoken of lightly or joked of or come off emotional. This is God's work, or I would not be able to speak it, sir.
Of course. Now, how with clothes? I'm gonna show you how. When they put all people in jail, immigrant camps, they took their clothes and they still do it to this day. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. And jewelry was not allowed for years in my lifetime. In my lifetime, jewelry was not allowed. You could not have a show of wealth. Gold market was created for God's people. This is God's gold. And they took it and turned it into fiat currency,
Yes.
which is a decree a decree that we're not going to use Shadow, we're going to use this Mickey Mouse money
Yep.
through Mickey Mouse.
Sweet equity.
Yes, sir, and that's in the jail to put you down under so that you can never arise, giving you a number instead of God's grace and mercy. This is something that the men have to speak on, and I'm so passionate about the men speaking on it, but I know I don't want to be left behind this class because of my family lineage, and I know that this is truth, and only through KevRow can I know about the Red Cross camps right here in America, the Seven Chris. The fact that your uh, clown costumes of Nazism were right here and are still accepted today, as the Nazi salute was flung by Elon Musk on national TV.
Yes.
It's
Yes.
still being done today.
Yes,
sir.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am. We're gonna talk about people who didn't go to the camps and gave all of the white people a Mickey Mouse gas mask and watched these people choke to death while they was given nuclear bunkers and pills that kept them immune from nuclear radiation. They just lying ass pieces of cow dung, and it's time for the awakening process of the black man in America. Go ahead, Deb.
Yes, sir. The golden ticket is their sovereignty.
That's right.
The golden ticket was the king's trust.
That's right.
It was cut up into a little pie,
Mm-hmm.
and they put it in my eye and said, "Oh, here it is, here it is. Come and continue the lie." And I can't participate in their lie. And
If you want liberty, you got to do this.
third, they must speak. They cannot be in civil mutiny. It's incompetence. It's a sign of incompetence. It's a sign of being legally unavailable to testify.
What your duty as God's creation. It is a requirement to speak and stand up against evil and sin and these false corporations who hold your family bondage. That's required. You must speak.
Yes, sir. Silence. You surrender your rights. You must speak for your rights or they are taken. It's like being a minor in law, as in we're adopted by the state. Each man is judged for his own actions or inactions. And this all comes from your class. This is where my notes come from, is your
Right.
class. I go out and do some Google, but I trust KevRow's class to bring me to the answers that civil mutiny equals civil death, which
That's
is
right.
acquiescence, which is acceptance
Right.
of continuing the clown's role.
That's right.
We cannot accept that we continue the clown's role because Roman law is Texas. There's naval maneuver.
That's right.
As he said, administration. Canon law is a fictional law of Satan.
That's
It
right.
has brought in and changed the church into a friggin' circus instead of a spiritual relationship.
That's right.
The spirit of truth. I know that. But it's a silent agreement to all the things that they can do. Instead of accepting that God's got me. God, I'm addicted to the free food bank that happens twice a week
Right.
within 16 houses of my house. And it's like every time I go there, I'm able to speak to someone about God's got me. I don't need this. I don't want this. Why do I keep coming back? But at least it gives me a chance to speak about what was done. They cut me off quick, but I get to speak about what was done on the land that they're standing on. The the taking of God's land and creating a tax base for the USA to live off of. It's not correct. It's not correct, sir.
Not correct.
And that's, no, sir. That's my allotment of notes for personification of civil death, which is we're living in freedom land, and be ye not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, that ye may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of God, and that is Romans 12:2, and KevRow University gave that to me, sir. My mind is waking up, and I thank you.
I thank you for speaking today, Deb. Thank you so much.
Goodbye.
Well, you can't even. Hey, listen, your homework is your homework, and that was probably 1 page or so out of her notebook. You can't do nothing, but if you can't do nothing else, you got to speak, because one of your forefathers was placed there in those vagrancy camps illegally, unjustly, rights stolen and ripped apart, made into codified law by way of amendments, and now every black person got a record. Every black person born black and dead in the eyes of the law as status in America is subject to the penal colony's jurisdiction. The penal colony is not law, they're policy at the vagrant camps. You understand? Law is somewhere else at the supreme level, hanging out, waiting on you to speak. That's where law is. Waiting for you to stop playing in my classroom and take part. Those of you who don't take part, equally surrender your power over to this white man you see on the TV. That's your duty. That's what you was called to do in this life. Serve Willy Wonka. You took his handshake. You believed him, but you also are not ignorant of the law like you were before. You were here. Kev told you, and you stayed silent for years. You see how this works? Kev came and tried to help you speak. And you know what you did? You sat and crossed your arms and said, I will not, because I don't know nothing. Then you came to class where you learned everything, sat back, crossed your arms, and said, so what? I don't want to know what I just learned. Unfortunately, you're not ignorant any longer. You have a conscience. You have something on your brain that say, damn, I should have studied a lot more. That's actually good. I should have put my fucking mind. Look at this shit. He talking to me. I sure am talking to you. I ain't talking to Deb. Brother, I ain't talking to Deb. Welcome to KevRow University. I'm not talking to Deb. Deb called in and said, let me show you a bit of my crinkled up paperwork. And that's all I ask is for the students. Each time we are called to do what we do, hey, one of the most stressful things for black people is public speaking. Ain't nobody even see you. Okay? So 424-209-9506. And Deb, no. Deb come from that time. Deb just validated a lot of stuff we say. A lot of stuff she go back and research. I see her TikTok and research and say, oh my goodness, look at this. Put more truth out there. Each one of us got an obligation not to scroll social media, but to input. Press one. You know how Henry Griffin says checking in with the row from Chicago? I don't give a damn where you checking in. You leave a comment on my videos, say you checking in from the row, in the row from Chicago. I don't give a damn about you checking in. How you check in to the row isn't like that. That is not how you check in to the row, Mr. Henry Griffin. Press one. To me, you just playing. This ain't time to play with Mr. Gillespie because guess what? If you're not checking in on that Cash App and supporting this broadcast or calling in and doing your homework, you just full of shit and you just playing. Don't tell me you checking in with me and I'm telling you to speak and you gonna sit there and say, I'm checking in. Get the fuck out of here. You little weenie ass niggas with no mind frame. Get your asses on. KevRow. One thing I hate on this earth is a nigga that talk, check in, and want to just dap up just to be around. Oh, take you in your stupid backpack, your stupid beanie, your Michael Jordan shoes, and get the fuck out of here, E. Get the fuck out of here, Holmes. Get your shit out of here and give a fuck about your Chicago. Give a fuck about you checking in. That shit don't mean nothing. You ain't doing nothing to none of my students. You ain't doing no homework. You ain't put nothing on nothing that got nothing to do with building. Get your ass out of here. Go hang out with King AK-47. Go watch motherfucking all the rest of them. Go check in with them. How you check in here is not how you see it's 113 people up in here and only 5 people talking. Nigga, don't you do it. Give a fuck about your check-in. Tired of you niggas checking in. You know how many niggas check in? Nigga ain't got shit to offer. The students, the new students here observing us. You've been checking in for years. The most retardedest thing. Get that bot shit out of here. I work too hard to watch you come in my classroom midday and say I'm checking in. And Miss Deb just shared while she is involved in the Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory clown experience. And you sitting around, that's your problem, thinking you validate. You're thinking you are important here. Henry, let me get one thing straight, Mr. Henry Griffin. You're not fucking important. Don't you get that? Why do you give a fuck where you checking in from? Check that homework in. Check that fucking homework in. I don't want to hear nothing else. One, hit that like button and subscribe. Shout out to Murray Nivens with that. He's a non-student, but with that $50 contribution. MDN Towing with that contribution to my program. You see that? That's checking in. I don't get paid for you to check in. I don't get paid off of YouTube. I get paid for people's support. You're going to support this black man bringing you the truth, or you not taking this serious. You get the fuck out of here. Your friendship ain't nothing in my world. Press one, nothing. Absolutely nothing. Press one, I'm delivering truth that'll wake up the black man mind, and you talking about you checking in. Wake up. Wake up. Now you're not allowed here. Checking in rather than waking up. Your presence, you are not divine feminine, nigga. Get that shit out of here, spaghetti strap wearing ass niggas. That shit out of here. I don't hang out with niggas that ain't about nothing. Spend their lives talking about and hanging out and dapping up or none of that. Real nigga, I get mine, I stand on my own, and ain't not one of you niggas gonna play. Yeah, y'all talk that shit from back, check in from back there. Don't check in here. Say what's up over there. Don't say what's up to me, nigga. Y'all ain't doing nothing in life. Don't say what's up. It's a whole war going on. Say what's up. What's up is you an hour and a half late in my class and you ain't got shit on nothing, nigga. That's what's up. Don't check in. I don't want none of them niggas that think like you over here supporting nothing. Why? We got lectures, books. You ain't read a book. Non-compost Mentos head ass nigga. Say right there in Chicago. Say right there, traumatized, crying and shit. Say right there. I just want you to know I don't care about no damn check-in. Go check in with Big U. Hit the like button and subscribe. I'd rather have 15 supporters. 15. 15. And guess what? Guess what? You're not one of them. Get your ass out of here. Check in here like you some fine ass diva woman with high heels and spandex on. Hey, y'all. Get that shit out of here. LA in the building. You either got notes, checking in, it's civil death. You're going to stay dead. Huh? You're going to stay dead checking in and with nothing to offer. All right. Forest Glory on the air. You got it.
And see, what you've already written down and
Yep.
what we're talking about.
Yes,
So,
ma'am.
from my really old notebooks out. This is back from 2022. And I wanted to read something that I had written down in there, and then a couple other things, if it's okay. And then I have something from another notebook too. But it's all pertaining to what you
Go ahead.
Okay. So first off, is it okay if I just read what's on the paper? Because then that way it's just, this is exactly what my thought process was. And it's kind of like nice to be able to see like the growth. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
yeah. Okay. So
Let's do it.
yes, sir. So as it relates, I want to say first that as it relates to the illegal and artificial use of the trust. We know that they have made us minors, of course, and by way of trauma and all of these different types of things, they make the excuse that they have the ability to use it because they're using it for that said purpose.
Right.
But when we look at it, no, you're using it for the entire public. You're using it for the entire nation. You're not just using it for a group of individuals who have a need to be protected. You're not actually actively protecting those individuals. You are exploiting them.
Right.
So I have charitable or public trust under the trust that is for the benefit of indefinite persons to be selected by the trustee from all mankind or from a certain class. And so I said, okay, so I put false Jews, or those who say they are Jews, would take our pain and story upon themselves and become the ones to carry on the victim, refuge, or prisoner of war status that would make them eligible to receive benefit from the charitable trust.
Now you have motive. Why? The change of identity. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. So you funnel the funds through emergency, war, etc., and then you are able to seize the trust. You make it to where the true people remember themselves no more. You kill off millions, place those who do not conform to you into asylums. You have foreigners sneak into those places and study the insane and possibly assume their identity. And the true ones are sent to the incinerator. Once ridding millions, you create a desolate people by making them hand over all of their coins, gold, and switch to a universal fiat currency that is backed by nothing except a green debt note. Mixed with propaganda, entertainment, eugenics, and drugs, and a lack of knowing oneself, you create a dead army that will rid their own selves. Then there's the excuse that they did not do. Like basically, I guess I was writing down, they are using the excuse that, hey, they're committing the act against themselves. They're harming themselves. They're, being idle. They're kind of falling into a way that needs to be monitored, or where, oh, they need to be in asylum because look how they are reacting to us trying to take care of them.
Yeah, right. They're chimping out. They're chimping out. Go ahead.
Yes. So then I put the government houses the drugs and pour them out into the street, and dealing with eugenics, and I put the Negro problem.
Right.
And the list goes on. Yes, sir. So that was what I had saw as far as that one. That was 2022. And so when I'm looking at that now, of course, I just wrote down my thoughts. And so when I looked at mankind back then, it said beneficiaries must be indefinite or unascertained person. So I wanted to look up now because I did not look that back up in 2022. So I'm going to see if that comes up in 1828 or not. Let's see. Okay. Okay, unascertained means not reduced to a certainty or not certainly known. So I do know that when it comes to the penal colony, the convict leasing, there is, which you have taught, that once our men or our people go into their system, there is no more remembering your name.
Go ahead.
First, you are now an unascertained person. You're not a certainty as far as being a part of being subject to the king, is what I'm seeing when I see unascertained.
But there's no king, so part of the federal government, or you are
Right.
black in law.
Yes, sir.
You don't exist.
Right.
Wow, huh?
Yeah, oh, absolutely. And when I say, of course, whenever I write in my notes about being subject to a king, I have the understanding that with a republic and with just
Right.
in general, there's
Right.
a need for someone that is responsible
Right.
in a sound way.
Right.
Now they might call that a king, but I just mean a sound-minded individual you would need to be subject to that in some way
Right.
because that person is able to lead and to make sure that you're not taken advantage of as you heal. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like everybody has been traumatized. So there's a need for someone to be able to say, hey, I realize these people have been done this way. You know, I trust that I'm able to and of sound mind to make sure that they're not taken advantage of again. So when I say subject to servicing, that's kind of what more so that I'm
Right.
thinking.
But
Mm.
also, I want to add that the president is the corporation's king. So they've taken the right of the king and slash that's just to bring a little clarity on this end. But yeah,
Now that really is a conversation. So with a corporate, with the king of the corporation, if you are not doing what is best suited for those that you are saying you are over trust wise, if you're not actually making those decisions and making the necessary adjustments to make sure that they're not taken advantage of, then you yourself are, in error. You know what I'm saying? And we
Right.
know in scripture there are lots of kings that were around who did not do what they were supposed to as it relates to the people as well, and they definitely can be held accountable in court of law, for that. Now, as far as my updated notes on penal colony convict leasing, you had us make sure that we looked at the words incarcerate, strain, confine, leasing, exploit,
yes,
supply. So these were words that I had looked up. That like how like you look up a word and then it has a word and you look up another word. That's kind of how I do my studying. I just I don't know what that word means in that vocabulary definition. Let me look up those as well. So of course incarcerate it says a prison, to press or to strain. Strain means to force, to constrain, to make uneasy or unnatural. And that is when I saw that just now, I was like, that's absolutely what they do to our men. So not only do you create the Universe 25 system that's going to suck them in, you then confine them even more. You make them uneasy with medication, pharmaceuticals, things that keep their mind unsound,
right.
more susceptible to sin.
Nullify the mind, pacify it,
Yes, yeah.
make it idle, make it hard to do stuff.
To do stuff.
Yeah, make it hard for them because if you said in Universe 25 like I have, you will see it's really hard for people to get up and go to work, like, and they've been on drugs this whole time. They've been on drugs and all this other stuff. But go ahead.
Yes, absolutely, sir. And so, and I'm not making light of that either. Whenever I speak on Universe 25 and what you taught, I try to make sure that I don't do it in an emotional way because, in my own time, I process just what our people really go through. But when I get on the phone and I'm speaking, I want to make sure I'm as clear as possible and that I accept kind of what the reality that you taught me.
Right.
Only speak on that. You know what I'm saying? Like I can see them out in the real world and emphasize and make sure that I'm showing that. But when it comes to speaking as a student, I want to make sure that I'm only talking about what you have taught and that it just comes out clearly. So yeah, so I saw the word exploit as well, and that says a deed or an act. And when I saw a deed or an act, this is administrative sound to me. You know what I'm saying? I see the word administratively. So
Right.
that is something that they have done to us in law. They have created acts that
Right.
temporarily allowed them to be criminal in their corporate positions.
Right.
One of the things that you had brought up yesterday was, and I'm still studying this. So this is just, I'm going to share my thought on it, and I'm still actively studying this particular thing. But when you said about the golden ticket, or the golden note, whatever you want to
Right.
consider
Right.
it,
You the
into
golden
the
ticket that's
future,
wrapped inside the candy bar. Go ahead.
right, that those have a word exploit. The act of, I want to, what was it? One Silver Act of 1890. And I'm researching that and the canon of 1893. Those are the two things that I'm never going to let up off of. And the reason for that is because when I was looking into JP Morgan years ago, with him having like a syndicate and having all these records and logs, I found it very interesting that they provided all the logs from the 1800s up until 1933, all of these things except for 2 years, and that was 1893 and 1894. And so when I saw that, I said, well, what happened in 1893? What happened in 1894? What were y'all doing
Right.
that y'all didn't keep no logs at all on this? And so with that, hold on, let me get my notebook from today. Hold on. Sorry, there's other two notebooks I got to put to the side. Hold on. 1 second. So, okay, so the Sherman silver purchase, and the reason why I'm bringing up silver is because it talks about gold. So it says that U.S. Treasury was forced to buy 4.5 million ounces of silver monthly. This was paid for with Treasury notes that was redeemable in gold or silver. This flooded the market with paper money, and then it made the silver value plummet. And so investors increasingly redeemed their paper notes in for gold, and that drained the gold reserve. So this act was what I'm saying. These acts was just what they did to get over on us. The act required the U.S. to maintain bimetallism. I might be saying that wrong. Keeping gold and silver on par with each other. As silver lost market value, the Treasury notes were used and were practically treated as gold certificates, where citizens and foreign investors could frequently swap these notes out for actual.
Wow. The biggest fraud heist ever.
Ever. And it admits that this created a looping priceless, endless chain of where they were siphoning the gold out of government vaults.
And you know what? Teddy Roosevelt, J.P. Morgan, these guys will be involved. This
Yep.
would be considered New Dealish. Of course, because you're taking people's gold up, especially the freedmen banks, robbing them, taking their names over to the Reichstag or whatever that German bank was.
Reichstag Bank.
Yep. And they created a whole underground a banking um a banking war, like a postal war. This is a banking war.
Yeah. Bank.
That's what they were, the banks, the post office. And guess who worked at the post office?
IWW.
Well, JP Morgan, JP Morgan. Oh, well, one of these guys, Theodore Roosevelt, one of these guys were postmen, but guess, and what black people were the porters? There you go. So there's your military units delivering mail and paramilitary, right? Sitting right there, and nobody knows. You know why? You know why? Shiva brought up something and sent me and reminded me of something a while ago we did on bunkers, American bunkers. These white folk Americans, Deb is going to validate, were using their attics as bunkers. But guess what they were doing? Communicating with foreign nations.
Just like they do today. Just like they do today. And pretend like, oh, we don't know. No. SCLC was just up in attic.
Yep. They were communicating with foreign agents and they had the funding to do so. They were backed by the banks, as we're proving today.
Yep, yes, sir.
Go ahead.
Yeah. So I, of course, you said pull out notebooks, and so I just pulled my notebook out and I flipped the page and I said, okay, whatever information that I see that correlates with what you have said, I'm going to call in anyway, even though my active notes as far as, the mind of a clown and the circus, all this, I'm very much still having to study all of that. And, of course, we'll call back.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get the mind frames around it, but this is really about, all of the work I've been doing, and you should be able to bring this full center somewhere. There's a comprehension, so I'm waiting for more callers. Back.
Participate. So thank you so much, sir, and I'm gonna keep on studying and keep on participating.
Appreciate you so much. Thank you. Again, y'all, that's For His Glory calling in. Deb, For His Glory checked in with your boy today. And again, that's just how you do it. You take your notes that you've been collecting. Hey, listen, you take your notes, you go ahead and make it happen. If you just can't do it, I'll do it live on the air for you. No thing. You know what I'm saying? But excellent calls when it comes to, showing the competency level of, where individually they are. When they come, what part of the avenue they're coming from, because everybody's coming from different understandings, IWW was WW1. Yes. IWW was World War I, World War II. That's why everything in America was destroyed. And they keep bringing up Tartaria and trying to split the timeline from the 1930s around where Hitler was and where you was. Look, I started this whole thing. Where was you during World War I and II? You was in internment camps. You're the real Jewish person that the world needs to say they need protection. You. Well, my people, me and my people. I can say you, but I'm talking to me and my people. We are the ones who needed the federal protections under the law and the money to rebuild what was taken, stolen, and the world's remorse and their involvement in it. Our people invested in the false sense of liberty Uncle Sam had with the Liberty bonds, Press One, and all that. We got people doing the research on that right now. Everything is not over. You got to get started. Hey, B from Texas, you on the air. What up? Man, one of my favorite people to talk to, not only a supporter, a sponsor, and a good friend of Mr. Gillespie. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. Unable to have this footage, but write it on our hearts.
Go ahead. Freeze. I know you at work, so you wouldn't know. You wouldn't have no notes. I mean, I didn't tell you, hey B, I'm gonna be working with these notes, man. Get your shit together. Did I do that to you? No.
Nah.
No. Yeah.
We know it. We know everything else. Right first.
Go ahead.
All right. Talking about Uncle Sam and Willie Wonka living in the mind of a clown. Then it made me start thinking about one word that came to mind. Genocide. Okay? When genocide comes to mind, that's exactly what's going on. We in Willie Wonka's factory of genocide.
Go ahead. There you go.
Yes, sir. I'm like, dang, how does this relate? That's the word that put it together.
So you agree? Was you a Willy Wonka fan growing up?
Yeah, I would check the movie out, yeah, for sure.
But you didn't think of it like this, didn't you?
Nah, and I was like, where's Kill going with this?
Go ahead.
Now, You know what made me think about genocide? All the kids like getting caught up in the pipeline,
Ooh.
the prison pipeline. You are getting sentenced out.
Boom.
Yes, sir.
So you see the school to prison pipeline non-compos mentis as that's the core. That's what it is.
Yes, sir.
The chocolate factory, the school to prison pipeline. Go ahead.
All right. The Oompa Loompa. Listen, waiting, the waiting. You remember when we were talking about genocide, Margaret Sanger, we brought up her son. If you Google a picture of Margaret Sanger and her son, one of her sons looks just like the Oompa Loompa. He got the same hairdo. And I remember that. I'm like, yeah. And she represents genocide through Planned Parenthood.
Go ahead.
That's another form of genocide and what we call the chocolate factory.
But the Oompa Loompas, you talking about Margaret Sanger's son, but he couldn't possibly be all the Oompa Loompas. Oompa Loompa is a wobbly.
Yeah, that's what I was about to get to.
Yeah,
that's,
he's a wobbly. That's how the Italian mob and them little people used to do their hair, remember?
Yeah, exactly. So the IWW.
Yeah.
Same thing with the IWW when they show like half of former, the picture, half of a former, half with the army suit on. They came from underground. You got the little people.
Guess where Chuds come from?
Come on.
Underground humanoid beings.
That's exact. Humanoid.
They're cannibals.
Yes,
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Bitch. That's right, eating chocolate bars. You see what I mean?
What you mean?
Like, we in the chocolate factory, they are cannibals. They love eating chocolate bars. We would be represented as chocolate bars in that sense to me. You know, like how my brain get it, like, dang, they cannibals.
Bingo.
Man, that's wild, bro. So I get everything saying. It all the information relates. Being in the circuit, the distractions, the entertainment, and Willy Wonka, they always have a segment where they bust out in a song, right? From the Oompa Loompas, the Wobblies bust out in a song. Same thing with entertainment in the circuit. They bust out a song. They entertain you. They hold your attention.
Right.
So instead of us either thinking of law, they hold our attention and distract us, and we looking at amended law, amended law, meaning a changed law to be the real deal, but it's not. It's in a circle. And like how you putting it down, like wow. From my understanding, everything you taught us. Yes, sir. Oh. You got any questions for me? Because that'll help me remember. If you ask me anything, help me remember.
When the black man entered the Willy Wonka's playhouse, he never came out.
Right. That's in the same sense as World Fair. People never came out. You know, going to work, just the workforce, the train. Get the name of that event that happened, but you had people because of vacancy laws, they were coming to get jobs, were riding the trains, and were ambushed and were murdered.
That was up there, either Chicago or St. Louis or something like that. But a lot of those trains, yeah, I remember us going over that.
They never came home trying to go work because they were had the vacancy laws. If you don't work, become part of the penal colony, go to jail. And with jail, you mentioned this earlier about them losing their clothes, losing their status,
Yes.
becoming slave, becoming what we the true meaning of slave, but the prisoners of war. Become a prisoner of war. Lose their name, become a number. So in that sense, it goes back to the 13th, 14th Amendment, citizen. That's how you become part of the circuit. They have jurisdiction over you, for real. And then being born under the status of black has you as the same status of a person dead in law, a lifer. So yeah, this is the circus, the Uncle Sam Willie Walker circus that we think is real. Yes, sir.
It is real.
No, it is. Yeah, no doubt.
You think we don't think it's real? No, it's real. You just didn't see. You don't hear, nor do you see what it really was. It's a rigged deal.
Rigged bank.
It was not. You remember everything about them damn funny looking people. He said rigged bank. But so you become a product used for black labor for sweat equity, but you're supposed to be receiving protections and freedom and rights. Did they ever receive right?
No, it was stolen.
Okay, okay, but did they ever receive right?
Sure.
No. How you know?
They still, we under civil law. We civilly black, civilly immortal. They don't give nothing to dead people. They label us dead under civil law. In that circuit, Roman civil law.
Did you know that? Did they know that before they go in? They'll be considered dead in the eyes of the law.
Nah, they didn't know that.
So this is like Satan saying, "You won't surely die."
Yeah, yeah. You won't see God. You gonna know. You gonna be like God. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And then we was taught by the daughters of the Confederacy.
So the daughters of the Confederacy, the humanitarian workers of the foreign army occupying banking army, they taught you in the schools and the libraries what about history?
Yes, sir.
Mm.
About history, where you come from.
So they Oompa Loompas.
Yup.
I don't like the sound of that. Oompa Loompa. All right.
They the ones who put the information in the OODA for the minds of the yeah, yeah, straight up. You come from Africa. Science is the religion that you gonna abide by. This is your mindset, so your decisions and your actions are gonna be that thereof. Yeah.
Hey, did you notice Deb said something to the effect of the Navy?
Yes, sir. You heard what's that?
Mm-hmm.
And,
It's the Navy too. It's the Navy is the one who's fiscally responsible
yes, sir.
because they created the OODA loop.
Yes, sir, they did. Yes, sir.
But the Navy is a part of the Great White Fleet. And since they operate on maritime law, the U.S. Navy operates on maritime, and they are they're pirates. They're pirates.
Yes, sir. And that will make them out there.
That will make them Moors.
More. Yes, sir. Oh, and then the White League.
The White League.
Think about them shaking that picture, shaking hands. Then it said this is worse than slavery.
Worse than slavery.
Worse than slavery. So that's something that stick in my mind forever. They got the friendship treaty. That would be the white league. Cause that's them shaking hands right there.
Right.
Sure.
Because the Moors they're stateless.
Yes, sir.
So they need a home.
They made an agreement. I'll keep these people under the thumb.
And not only that, the Navy is Islamic.
Man. Now that part right there. Man.
Yep, the Navy is Islamic. They are pirate. They have a treaty with the Moors, a friendship treaty. Moor meaning black or moreno, dead in the eyes of the law. There is no power in Moor. There is no power in black. Moors have accepted the treaty and said, here we are black in law, and we accept that. We are your friends. We ain't like them over there that is rebellious against being a blackie.
And then when you say more, so them shaking hands will be the two chains for their anchor.
Yeah, they both have an anchor over you, so they need a hope diamond to anchor. So a Moor and a Navyman both have the same things in common. They both need to make landfall and anchor themselves to that hope diamond.
Man.
You see?
Yeah, yes, sir.
So they can pretend to be like him, and the white folk can pretend that they're beneficiaries of what's due to him. Or them, because him, them, they're one.
One through him.
There you go.
We got think about the prairie.
Mm-hmm.
Genocide.
Right.
Now we and that's the Willy Wonka for Uncle Sam's factory process.
Fact.
He was explaining. Genocide. Like, dang. They looking for the one with the golden ticket because that'll be like them naming black acres. Like she was saying. But
yeah, who's Charlie, right?
Well, like that'll be the real Charlie, not the their version of it.
Exactly. Check this out. What's the name said? Fresh West said J.D. Rockefeller funded every school system that we have. He's the Oompa Loompa ahead of that. He's the Oompa Loompa ahead of what department? The school system? No, Fresh West. No. You looking at characters. That nigga ain't even real.
Right.
J.D. Rockefeller ain't even real.
Just another thing.
That's just another chud. J.D. Rockefeller, none of these people are real. Press one. Y'all, that the problem is we not listening. Kev found out that they all characters. We've been saying this for years. They're all characters, Fresh West. So how can J.D. Rockefeller funded every school system that y'all get a white man too much power? You can't just wake up and fund every school system. Yeah. Yeah. So we got to fall out of the characters and get back to the basic. All right. All it is manipulated history told by who and what?
Go by the word. Into people, so they not paying attention to the law, and they become black and lost. Who's a little more? So we typically dead every info like that. You know, our dude, he never gets to right there. He oh, he
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
God, all right. You feel like once I started seeing like, okay, where it's still growing, and I start understanding, and it's so many different. It's actually the perfect analogy to help us understand. Like, man, bro, like, with them having different characters or having like the chocolate factory. Like, yeah, when I look at us as the chocolate, so to speak, the product that the system is running on for revenue to laws,
That everybody eat off of.
everybody eating off of.
Yeah, everybody eats Willy Wonka's chocolate bars. Everybody eat off of it.
For real, everybody from the whole world,
Right,
the, the whole world,
right.
just like the freedmen and the freedmen's bank, and all the money being stolen and given to J.P. Morgan through
Right,
Grover.
right.
The whole world got paid except for
But that wasn't,
fun.
yeah, but that, yeah, yeah, the whole world. Who did that?
Uh, meaning Grover Cleveland and
No, you can't do that by yourself. You have to enforce that.
got got well, you got FDR and the New Deal with
No, no,
them.
no, no. You can't do that by yourself. Who did it?
Who did it?
See, I was just talking about the Navy.
Got
How do the Navy, how does the Navy sail the seven seas?
oh shit.
Navigation,
Okay.
stars. Remember?
Right. All right. Navigation. Bond. See. All the different words. Symbols representing flag.
Yeah. There you go.
That'll be still
Wait a minute.
still
The celestial.
celestial. Yes, sir.
Huh?
That would be celestial.
So
Yes,
their
sir.
religion is celestial as well.
Yep. The difference
The
being
United States Navy, Uncle Sam, is a creation. Well, the Navy is a Roman army.
with 50 nations.
Yeah.
50.
It's like the French Foreign Legion, right?
Right.
Or the American United States Navy, all these are foreigners.
Yep. Yep. They even got a yeah, they even serve they serving
They
come over there and
operate
get
out of what? Sea codes?
Yep. See. It'll be still under Rome. Holy See.
Didn't Spain conquer the Moors?
Yep. Yes, we did.
Wasn't the Moors the pirates?
Yes, sir.
All right, so who took over the sea? Whoever conquered them.
Yeah, whoever conquered.
Spain,
Yeah.
Rome.
Yep. Yep. Yes,
So
sir.
Rome say y'all want to do something, y'all gonna become friends with this Uncle Sam. We gonna prop y'all up.
Get out here and get big.
Shiva said, soul dyers. See, she listened. Soldiers, soul dyers. They're dying for Rome. Soul Invictus, Satan, Lucifer. First one. The fallen ones, the underground dwellers. First one.
Latinos.
Latinos. And as a Latino, the Morenos are the blacky.
Oh, God.
Si se puede. Si se puede. See, they're all Rome, the Turks. And then they're all in Rome. They're all Catholic. They're all Jew. They're all Arab. They're all boom. So they got the religious 5013C structure, but they also got what did Hitler give Rome? Chancellorship, but for Germany, right? So he took all of what Germany had, remember? And what did they have? The Jews. They got the Jews shit from America.
Yep, he said we learn to do this from America.
No. We didn't learn to do this from America.
No, we did. That's what he was saying.
I don't know what he said. I don't speak German. You see,
correct.
I don't know what he said. I don't know what the fuck he said. What I do know is that Hitler became chancellor of Rome. So that was a Roman army. That was a whole Nazi religious army crusade against black people in America.
Got to.
That wasn't Nazi. That was Rome. The Pope.
Right. He's chancellor for the Pope. So, yep, it's a Roman army. Dang. A whole Roman army.
What do you think they are? They're Romans. They knighted the Moors. Remember?
Yeah. I remember them standing up, all of them with the
They put the sword over them and all that. You told them how to stand up right. Put them in them garments. Put them hats on them. Said, these are the Moors. These are our black army of death.
That's why all these other events that we see make sense now. Why did Marcus Garvey get how did he get released from jail by Charles Dawes? Like, what is the
No, Walter Plecker.
Hey, Walter Plecker. Yeah, I'm talking about Charles Dawes. Walter Plecker. Exactly. All right. Why did Malcolm X say that the Nation of Islam had a treaty with the Ku Klux Klan?
Damn.
That makes sense. You know that information. Now it makes sense. They're all wrong.
Yes.
They're wrong. That makes sense now.
Ali said all roads lead to Rome.
Straight up.
Now watch this. Amanda said the German American Bund. Nazis in America. Didn't we do a show on that?
Yes, we did.
Huh?
On them buns. Can't forget that one.
Okay.
A whole representation of the American flag and the corporate version of George Washington.
So again. So when they when you went to the vagrancy camps, what did you took your clothes off and did what?
Took them off and then they took your clothes.
Your name, your clothes. That's where they got all them clothes from in suitcases. Okay.
They give you a Foot Locker uniform.
And gave you a Foot Locker employment outfit.
No.
And gave you what?
Gave you a Foot Locker uniform. And Now they get the sweat equity out of you.
Now, Foot Locker is a ball and chain.
Yup, prisoner of war. God, only change for sure.
So, so the black man mind is so consumed with tennis shoes. See, your slavery is sold to you as a commodity, and you buy it psychologically. You just don't know you buy into it.
Right. Make you like you was talking about frontier land, like you happy with being a prison.
That's freedom land.
Yeah, freedom land. Because they're singing Tony, and you suffering without right. Sir. Man, Bill. So much, but we learned all of this already. So that's why I say I got notes, but it's in my heart. It's in my mind.
But
It's true.
but guess
I
what?
have to be.
But guess what? Especially when you can't get to them. Look, 18 U.S. Code 666, theft or robbery concerning programs receiving federal funds. Whoever,
All
whoever, if the circumstance described in subsection B of this section exists, being an agent of an organization or of a state, local, or Indian tribal government or any agency of that thereof. I love this part. Embezzles, steals, obtains by fraud, or otherwise without authority knowing, converts to the use of any person other than the rightful owner, or intentionally misimplies property that is valued at 5,000 or more, is owned by or is, man.
that's the 50 rule move. They
That,
playing
bro.
bogus.
No, no,
If
no.
they did,
Huh?
know what I mean? What they playing bogus. Everything that you stated. Name it again. Fraud. What were the things you named? That's everything they did. It's naming it. So they against the law.
That's what, yeah, that's
Everything you name is what they did.
yeah, everything they did to me and my people.
It's sir, it's name right there. You named it. That's, man, they in violation.
The state, any of them, the District of Columbia, any of them.
They sure got more than $5,000. That's for real. For real.
Man, you sure them Negroes had $5,000, bro? They was in slavery and all that, bro. Come on, bro. They had penny price points on the penny. Damn right, they had over 5,000 damn dollars. So the whole nation is built off of 666 Penal Code 18 U.S. Code 666. This will tell you who the devil is. Uncle Sam is the devil. This is the son of perdition. You a son of Sam. All you international people, y'all are sons of Sam. Y'all are carbon heads. 666, 18, and your forefathers committed this atrocity. The federal government, all of the what's that? The War Department, all of the institutions that was implied where money was being spent on these dumbass statues and the daughters of the Confederacy and these other groups and these other groups and these other groups and these other groups. Oh yeah, all led to the demise of my people. And this is the greatest time to be alive. And I'm not just saying the word alive, meaning if you my people, you can see this and get ready. I don't know. I'm not a foundationally black nothing. I'm not none of that stuff. My people is right here, and the crimes and atrocities committed against those dead in the eyes of the law need to be the breach need to be repaired, and this needs to be brought to a different category of law at the superior level.
Sir.
That's why they got the head on the flags, Ali, over there, the Negro head. Because if you take the head, you take the estate. And the black women don't know nothing but World's Fair style living. So everything is attraction and entertainment, while unto the DNA of the black boy, the traumatized black boy is suffering something in a whole different way they can't explain. So luckily we got KevRow University, and with the right understanding, we all can teach and understand what we talk about here. Anything else, B?
No, sir, man. Tell you, and I appreciate everything you have done, doing, and still and will do. It's care, bro, or nothing.
My
I'm out.
man.
Yes, sir.
My man, thank you for the call. Even while out on the road, so y'all just can't make up nothing. Or I'm at work, or I'm doing this one. No, no, no. You in there. You in there. 424-209-9506. Let me know. Yeah, that penal code 666 is a cold thing. When were they walked into the so-called World Fair? We got them at the Ministry of Labor National Service Office. Press one. That's where I got them at. We did a whole show on how they got you underground. Press one and got your clothes, and you ended up at a vagrant camp some damn where. Press one. And they don't rob and stole everything. Some of you finna go work and use the vagrant. Y'all don't want to go to jail here. And they all went to prison. And we've been in prison ever since. Then just because you was out of prison don't mean you was taught. You can let the gorilla out the zoo. His dumb, he ain't gonna turn him back into one of them other lions or gorillas. That's for sure, for sure. Coffee and Kush TV. Yeah, what he ain't doing after you don't raise him up like a little kitty cat. He is not breast one. So ignorant of the law is no excuse, but when you raise a whole nation, 424-209-9506. When you raise a whole nation like that, that's when the spirit of the law got to kick in and say, wait, this wasn't a good deal. The 13th and the 14th Amendment was for black people. Press one. Black people? Mm-hmm. It was for you to be enslaved into their system and ripped, your right ripped, and you made a criminal. That's the only way you can end up in Willy Wonka's Chocolate Factory back in the day, is if you were a criminal. They need you to be a criminal. So all this gang banging and all this to this day is because the system needed them to be a criminal in Universe 25, so that they will be an official chocolate bar in Willy Wonka's Playhouse. Again, how do you explain how you ended up in the mind of a clown? Ali, Pop Deuce, let me see, Royal Purple, Jamie Lee. I see these definitions y'all keep putting out there. Them definitions don't mean nothing. 424-209-9506. All I see is appropriate, to serve, and see y'all just putting things. Let me see. Thief, noun, plural. No, let's stop that now. 424-209-9506. Let's see where that homework at. Where Lita hiding at? Lita hiding too. Where Lita? Press what? Yeah, where they at? Where everybody at? Yeah, where the homework at? That's what I'm on. 424. You can contribute to this page at Gills Gang. You already know. Cash app cash tag is Gills Gang. Support the lecture. And I ain't even got started yet. See, that's why I can't get started, because students are playing. Press one. I can't even get started in the Willy Wonka god dang lecture, because they pretending that they're listening. A lot of them pretending they even in my class. Press one. But I do got to read a little bit. I got to read a little bit. The great. Okay. I got that. I still love y'all, but y'all got to do y'all homework. And not you got to do your homework. You should have been doing your homework. Y'all said y'all was taking notes. Lindane, I'm not playing with you neither. Y'all said y'all was taking notes. That's what y'all said. Y'all said, I got notes. Yeah, I got pages and pages and pages and pages of full. Press one. Press West. Where are your notes? Press one. Is it NASA or the military government? Why do you keep asking about NASA, Fresh West? 424-209-9506. Why you keep deferring away from the military? Why you keep asking me what it is? You like if I'm not sure. I've been running this class since when? And you like, Kev, are you sure it's military or NASA? Nigga, huh? Is that North Carolina blue you wearing, sir? Huh? What the fuck? NASA? NASA ain't real. Hit the like button and super subscribe. Hold up. It takes the military. Fresh West. It's the military. That's why I'm reading this shit analytically. And it's a war. It's OODA loop. Who created the OODA loop? The United States military. Press one. The United States military did it. The Navy created the OODA loop to disorientate its enemy. It is a psychological disorientation, pop smoke flare. Press one and hit that like button and super subscribe if you have it. Taj, you on the air. What up?
You, sir.
Go ahead. What's on your mind?
Man, it's a lot on my mind, man. You just touched on a lot of these subjects over the years. You know, I've been on and off several times, more off than on. But I'm here today to just express to you that, man, I've definitely been listening and taking notes. Um, you said, how did the people become chocolate bars?
How,
And
how did African Americans end up in Willie in the mind of a clown? Go ahead.
the mind of a, what I would say is we're talking about asylum. And you did a show called the Gods of Amnesia.
Right, right.
And to correlate that with like 0 Point and like the atom bomb, just in that little time period right there, I wanted to bring up something called insulin shot therapy. It's something that was given to people while they were in the asylums, and you know, insulin is sugar, so you know what I mean. It filled them up with sugar, and what that did was that's how they induced people into coma or a dream state. Um, once they were in that there's also something that they did to people is quack medicine that they did to people going up through the 1920s through the 19 early 1960s. So over the time they filled the people essentially with sugar and caused their levels to be off that had them run to after they had already been captured and they had been let out after the asylum started expanding its borders. They allowed they put the people in a position where they needed a remedy for a medical condition, and in particular diabetes. Um, that's when the medical field that works directly with the banking institutions and everything were able to get a foothold on the people. Insulin and vaccines as well, but the focus is on insulin. Um, but the thing that brought me to that was obviously you, but just seeing the reflection of yesteryear to today. One thing that they've been really pushing on people is something called GLP-1, which is a peptide. And it's the thing about vanity, about losing weight. So again, we go back into the original dialectic.
Wait. I ain't brought up none of this stuff. How did we end up in the last, I'm talking about something totally different of Willy Wonka's Playhouse.
No, I'm with you. I'm with you.
Yeah, I'm
It was
trying
through
to
the
see
asylum, sir.
where the students are regarding all of the information that I've been given. What is the
Okay.
process of Willy Wonka that's attributed to Uncle Sam? What's the correlation? That's what I'm focused on up until this point.
I'm gonna run the timeline. I'm gonna run the timeline based off of class. In 1907, there was a bank panic. In 1907, after that bank panic, Congress came up with the Aldrich Plan, which eventually evolved into the Federal Reserve Bank in 1913. That was signed by Woodrow Wilson. After that was the Liberty Bond. Again, the people invested in their own demise, something that was brought up earlier. And that eventually led into the Dawes Plan, which, again, you brought it up, did a great job in class, speaking about how they got the people to invest in the rebuilding of Europe after World War One. That's about the time when the people started going into the asylums when they were being captured. But coming out of the asylums and being taking part in the New Deal, which came in around 1933 with FDR, other things happened at that same year in 1933. We had the HJR 192, Executive Order 6102, which is the confiscation of all gold, and then the making illegal the possession or hoarding of gold. Followed by that was the Securities Act. This is 1933 still, and that led into 1935's Social Security Act. At that point, everybody had a number attached to them. All right. Running off of that, 1939 was the Trust Indenture Act, TIA. At that point, that's when the custodianship was taken by the governors of the state. But they all were extensions of Congress where the dead body is. The reason I brought up appropriation is because Congress does appropriation bills, and you know what I mean? I just found that definition that I put in there to be a little bit relevant. But right around that same time as the Trust Indenture Act and the Social Security Act, they had they had something that we went over in class as well, Operation Magic Carpet. Operation Magic Carpet was when Victory and Liberty ships were built, and they were going out of the port. They said some of the ships, again, you know what I mean, people were going for World War II. Some of the ships were cracking in half and sinking in the middle of the ocean. And then when you see some of those ships that actually made it returning back, they were filled up. They were filled up with people of other nations. You know what I mean? Like B mentioned, the 50 nations.
Those is Navy ships, right?
Yes, sir. They're the Navy ships. They're the Navy ships, and they control. And the pirates were controlling the high seas. So that was the portal, right? The portal is the asylum. Because that's when they got everybody's information. Once they got and they took custodianship over them. That's why I brought up the insulin shot. To also incapacitate people in more than one way. It diminished them. It diminished the people. I remember Shiva had brought up something. Capital in the new show. It diminished the people at the highest level. It took their name and made them dead in law, or put a bill of attainder on them, which goes against Article 1, Section 9 and 10 of the Constitution, the rules that they're supposed to be operating
We
under.
way back at the vagrant camps. Way back. What is the general process and the correlation between Willy Wonka and Uncle Sam? How did he get tricked into this subservient position? How? And who did it?
Who did it was the Catholic Church or the Holy Roman Empire. And they did it by way of they're square. Something else we went over class. It was drugs and alcoholism, but at the same time being hit with propaganda while the people were in a susceptible state or incapacitated. And they removed the head of the family because the firstborns had to go out, were conscripted into war, and that's what I was mentioning. And something that you definitely went over is like they when they went overseas, you had health. They were given the health Selassie, and he surrendered with them under his charge, and they became prisoners of war, and essentially all of them being the heads, the ones that essentially the heads were cut off at that point. Many of them died that refused to go into the labor force, and work at the new capacity. Okay.
Oh, I'm here. I'm here. I'm just listening.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Can I move? Yeah, I'm gonna stay right there. I'm gonna stay right there because that's where we at. But yeah, the reason I brought up all the acts and the laws that were passed, the amended laws, because the other day you had played a replay, and I didn't catch it the first time, but C. Lewis had mentioned something. It was corpus civilis, corpus juris civilis, which is the Roman law being put on over top of the people. I ain't catch it initially, but that would be commercial law amending and overlaying the common law. Um, and it gets me to reflect back on Daniel 2, not to get allegorical, but the iron represents the Romans or Roman law, and that whole statute is talking about different laws or whatever, different laws that rule over the people. But
What you mean
they,
the
they
iron?
talk
The
about
iron represent what iron?
Daniel 2. I said Daniel 2. Daniel 2 is Nebuchadnezzar's dream. Nebuchadnezzar had a dream in Daniel 2 of a statue, and that statue it had a head of gold, breast of silver, thighs of bronze, uh, legs of iron, and then the feet of iron and clay with 10 toes. But you missed. All right. So, for example, just to expound upon that, the gold, we talk about Babylon all throughout the thing. So in Babylon, being the golden era of Babylon, that would be like the law of Hammurabi.
Babylon. I'm talking about the mind of a clown and how the African American is subjugated to this. I'm not talking about Babylon. I'm talking about all this other stuff. I want to stay right where the other students were. Dead for his glory. Be all in the same. This is what you've taught regarding this. So we're only talking about Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory and how Uncle Sam, according to the information, this was a bad deal. Whether it be 13th, 14th Amendment, the, the vagrancy laws that were mentioned in the chat room. But from the notes that you've been taking, what, from your perspective, not mine, not Sheba's, not for glory, not B, yours, what is you taking from this? Like the notes, the candy bar, something that will say, I'm listening to you. Come on.
All right. So
Because I have no idea what you was talking about. You heard me?
Can I bring it back to the asylum?
I guess.
The asylum.
Go ahead.
All right. So the asylum when you're under asylum, I could go to 1828 and show the definition of asylum. Give me 1 second as I pull that up. All right, so asylum in the 1828. Still loading up. All right. All right, it's now Latin from VR, safe from spoil, and spoil to plunder. Number one, sanctuary or place of refuge, where criminals or debtors shelter themselves from justice, and from which they cannot be taken without sacrilege. Temples and altars were anciently asylums.
So as long as they play the religious card, they not criminal. I mean, they can stay in the religious house.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
Yes, sir. Temples and altars were anciently asylums, as were tombs, statues, and monuments. The ancient heathens allowed asylums for the protection of the vilest criminals, and the Jews had their cities of refuge. And then number two,
Wait.
any place of retreat or security.
Oh,
security. Yes, sir.
Okay, go ahead. I'm with you.
So it said any place of retreat or security. So the sanctuary would be the place of retreat and security, and just bringing that back to John 16, which we all that been here are familiar with. It said they would kill you in this sanctuary and think they're doing the work of God. So the people were killed in the asylum. They were made to be black. That's why I said that's the portal. That's kind of how you showed it. It's like it's
They were made to be black in the asylum.
Yeah, so that's the bill of the kingdom right there. That's where they were essentially into, you know, they were given they were given the status of black, which is said in Roman civil law.
But how can you prove they was given that status at the asylum? That's just jail. If you go to jail, yeah. So the vagrancy laws that was put into effect made them criminals. The vagrancy laws. So why are you saying the asylums when it's the laws being passed dealing with the vagrancy is what is my question? No. They took them to the motherfucking camps, to the labor camps. No extension. They took they black ass to the labor camp and put Foot Locker uniforms on them, clown outfits inside the circus.
Right.
Okay, okay. Where we at?
Like without gold, would be a payment. Or from that point, it would be a stain that would be, or can't own anything or pass anything.
When you go to jail and there's vagrancy laws, you are grafted into the penal colony. You are made black under what?
You were made forward.
You made black in federal law, constitutional law.
Like you showed us, it goes against the preamble, like liberty, to the happiness, and always equality.
I still have no idea where you're going with this conversation, champ. I have no idea.
Not being clear, I'm not.
I'm trying to understand, but I don't know. I don't I'm trying to understand exactly what you mean. I'm trying to get it. All of it. All of it. Trying to understand it. I don't have an understanding on what point. I don't understand it.
Trying to think where to take. You know, not being clear, man.
I'm trying. I'm trying. My man. All right. Catch you on the next one. I have no idea where Taj was going or any of that. He went into sugar and diabetes and this one and that one. And we sitting up here talking about law and maritime and how the Navy infused its right via maritime on the Bush name. We got all this other stuff going on. I have, hey, diabetes, sugar levels, cool. But from the evidence and what I've been teaching and the vagrancy laws and having these things in order, it just seems like you was all over the place, champ. And I have no idea. I don't know. You mentioned nothing when it came to the Moors and this handshake of this white man sitting right here. You was around every corner, but we're you feel me? You feel me, Taj? You was around every corner, but the cue points of what I'm looking for when I say, okay, this person is right here. We talking black labor. This is the false sense. 13th and 14th. We talking. I have no idea where you was going. I just see it as you was beating around every way possible, and you was trying to put it on Rome. And I'm like, the federal government. You can't take no Bible verse in there. The federal government. Is that hard to say? We not blaming everybody and all these things. Cool, wrong. But the federal government in association with the so-called Navy. Do you know anything of convict ships? Press one. How did these people lose their right and sovereignty? Was not diabetes levels. It's not hard to say. The federal government, in association with porters, help castrate the African American male in America. Prison ships, cartel ships. Look, these people were tricked into Willy Wonka and the chocolate factory. They hadn't had the proper understanding. They didn't know they would be dead in the eyes of the law. They was just trying to find work and flee from mob rule in the South and all the other places the federal government and the United States Navy allowed to happen. All the suit riots, those was Navy men versus black people. All these different riots was the Navy and black people. All the towns being, why you think black people and why maritime is prevalent in our world? That is the law of the sea. Who made it to where maritime, press one, who docked? Hence, doctor, who docked? How did you end up at the World's Fair? Who helped? Who, what, where, when, and why? When I said bring your homework, y'all my worst fear is what that I just heard on this phone. That's my worst fear. Mm-hmm. And I know it's yours too. That's my worst fear. Taking me everywhere around the Black Holocaust, who took part, how my people ended up right here, press one, thinking they gaining a sense of liberty when they received death. But you know who received liberty? Every black and white foreigner that came here. Press one. I'm not letting people just babble on and continue on and bring up things that ain't got nothing to do with what I'm talking about here. You didn't bring up Willy Wonka's tickets. You're not bringing up nothing. You here to distract and take away from where I'm going. But guess what? That's not happening no more. You hear me? Taj Bay. Press one. No, you're not distracting. What's them golden tickets about? Press one. See, when you're talking Liberty bonds and things of this nature, yeah, I'm talking Willy Wonka, related to Willy Wonka, the Liberty bonds. Press one. I told y'all, go find, not freestyle, not bullshit talk, go find where these things happen. It's happened in time. It's documented. Go find it. Press one. If you don't find it, how you gonna know? If you're not doing no research on it, I am. I'm doing my research. That's why I'm bringing. Show me where it is. See, B said that because he at work. No, 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 no. Y'all got to do y'all homework. No, no, no. B said that because he at work, like driving around America. But if you listen to the callers, they had their homework. They're not just biting off of what they not one of them said, going back to what this person said or that person said. I will not be bewildered by that nonsense any longer. Mm-mm. Everything is a reference back to what everybody else said. Your notes is not what everybody else said. Yours. Press one. The fourth Liberty Loan, campaign, Wall Street, 1918. Y'all ready? The like button and subscribe. Do your homework. Do your homework. You see all these people? You see this over here? I told y'all, go do your homework on when all of the people like Willy Wonka came to get their golden ticket. Press 1, hit the like button and subscribe. Oh, this happened. You just don't know who gave the insurance on the Liberty bonds. Press 1. Playing. KevRow. Y'all gonna do all that talking. I said, look, go find it. Go find it when everybody pulling up trying to get the gold and the silver ticket. Press 1, hit the like button, and subscribe. Remember, the 13th and 14th Amendments stripped you and made you a criminal. Of course, press 1. In the flip side of that world, they are nationalizing themselves entirely while your ass is being induced in prison. Let's get to it. Okay. Who established the first life insurance, press 1, agency in America? Black owned. Press 1. We're talking about Liberty Life, correct? And life insurance, what gives, could you place loans on insurance? Of course you can. Hit the like button and subscribe. Mm-hmm. Of course you can. That's how people was offered life insurance. Who had the first black life insurance? Mr. Frank L. Gillespie. Press 1. In the same place the Gillespie's reign, Centralia, Chicago. Press 1. Frank Gillespie. When I say do y'all homework, I mean it right now, because you ain't taking notes. Press 1. And what was the insurance name? Liberty Life Insurance. 1919. Huh? You like insurance? Life insurance. Life insurance. Supreme Liberty Life. Press 1. Supreme Liberty Life. That's why I speak like this. I'm not playing. I'm not just saying an heir and none of this stuff. Black acre, none of these things. This is how they got their life through insurance, banking fraud. That's what we study at KevRow University. Reason why I do these shows is because this is the biggest unveiling I've ever seen in the history of being on this earth. And I knew it was going to take some time to understand. So we're talking, didn't I say at the supreme level? Right. So for sure, life insurance. For sure, for sure. Life insurance, not death insurance. Death insurance is Uncle Sam. That's death insurance. You shall surely die. For sure, for sure. Won't be able to pass nothing down to your heirs or nothing. Royal Purple said 1919 was just a few grandmas ago. I told you. $1919. Ringley Brothers and Barnum and Bailey motherfucking circus. Shit. You gotta be fucking kidding me. Hold on. Not the clowns. Not the clown. 1919. See? See? Kev got you. Hold on, classroom. So the clown and the Taj hat is a part of the circus. So the Taj hat is a part of the circus. Nah, you gotta be fucking kidding me. It's not crown, Taj. It's clown. Oh, hold up. Hold up, man. You telling me that's a hold up. Oh my goodness. Shiva just posted Liberty Life Insurance Company. This is what I like right here. First old line legal reserve insurance company. That's the first old line legal reserve. What's an old line legal reserve? Sound familiar? Old line. Oh my goodness. Hmm. Guarantee future claims and placeholder benefits. Copy that. Coffee and Kush TV, KevRow. Old Line Legal Reserve Life Company is a traditional commercial life insurance company that maintains legally required actuarial reserves to guarantee future claims and policyholder benefits. The phrase originates from the 19th to the early 20th century. They differentiated themselves from fraternal societies. They weren't Masons. They were not Masons. That's wild. And the reserve ensures your guaranteed death benefits are living cash value will be paid even in the unlikely event of company is sold, mergers, or ceases. Interesting. Hmm. So they're getting fraternal life insurance. Little builders. Now this is interesting. I don't know, Saving. I don't even know if you in my class. So I don't even see you, bro. I don't read Russian words. You feel me? I have no idea what you even mean. If you're not in my class, press 1. I have no idea what words you speak. Mm-hmm. Oh, cause you're gonna find out. Life, liberty, in the pursuit of. They prevented me from life, liberty, in the pursuit of. You feel me, saving laundry? This is what I've been looking at. This is what I'm paying attention to. All of my work that you supposed to be in class with, and you just like, okay, okay. I remember that too. Me too. Okay. So this is for real. I don't know about what you got or what you doing, but if you're not a part of this right here and know this right here and not fighting to get there, you're not a part of that. There is no L bays right there. I know one thing. There's a Mr. Motherfucking Gillespie right there. I know that. And I know what I know. No, that I know. Press what? I know that. Mm, I just got here and got in. Yeah, that don't mean just start woompty womping. Yeah, too bad for you. You should have been here. Class started early on a Saturday. Yeah, you should have been a great contributor to KevRow. It seems like we got a vision now. Look at this: life insurance, beneficiaries, heirs. Look at this, Mr. Gillespie. Look at this, and I'm sure there are other names on scrolls there that are a part. But I can't do nothing with a laundry, not a saving. I don't do nothing with that. See, I'm at the definitive. Now saving laundry, I don't want your support. I don't need you to support. You don't value the purpose. No, keep it. No, keep it. Keep it in your pocket, champ. You feel me? Keep it. Keep the language. Keep all that shit. KevRow. Have a great day. Bless one. Thank life. Thank you. Thank you. I really wish these people would just go away. Stop. Stop trying to be a part. Go away. Have a great life. Not just day. Get your ass over there. Press one. In the bungalows. Today is a very special day, champ. Very special. I think I'm retired. I think I'm retired. I'm starting to think y'all come through right on time every time. I think Taj is supposed to play stupid. Huh? That's the shit I be thinking. Go ahead, Taj. I think you supposed to be stupid. I think that you know exactly how you sound to me. Press one, and I think you do that on purpose. Ain't nothing you ever talking about. I'm like, huh? What the fuck is he talking about? I think you do it on purpose. I think you do it to throw the That's what I think you do it to throw the conversation off. I think you, just like the niggas who pop in and out every goddamn time, like saving laundry, I think they only come in and do this shit when we're on this. And we talking about the Navy, law, and things of this nature. Y'all talking about everything else. Okay? Everything else, diabetes, sugar levels, y'all talking about NASA and all this other stuff. My team right here stand with me. Y'all the ones. So okay, bye. Okay, I just got in. But what? Okay. No. Frank Gillespie. No, that's what I said. Ali, tell him. That's Frank Gillespie's life liberty insurance. Just like Ezekiel Gillespie gave him the right to vote. Just like George Gillespie gave it to him with Aaron's rod in the law. Press one. They just sat back. They just sat back and watched. Mm-mm. It was a miracle. And I'm not even finished yet. I'm not even finished yet. See, they think it's theirs. But life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness is all his. That's his. That's what I'm looking for. Where is mine? That's mine. I fought for it. I looked for it. I claim it. I own it. I'm the heir of it. You can't have it without me. You got it? Tell them, Dev. You can't have life, liberty, this by contract without him. Hit the like button and subscribe. You can't receive life, liberty, in the pursuit of nothing, no other kind of way. You only gonna receive death. You get it? My father told me to put it this way and speak and kick it this way and format and hit this blunt. There ain't nothing they can do about this. They can't do a motherfucker because they didn't raise me. I didn't learn nothing from them. I don't want nothing. I didn't never needed nothing from them. Press one. I never needed nothing they had to offer, nothing. I never believed them anyway. I will be happy. Anyway, at the end of it all, I wouldn't be happy no other kind of way. Press one. So while y'all laughing on the internet, it's the reason why Janice and them looking for allodial titles and why he on JetBlue flying around and keeping a close eye and why the Navy be like, press one, and why all them other spiritual busters be like, and they thinking they got me contained. No, I just be playing video games, just waiting on the Father's approval to say, Kev, it's a go. And since it's a go, I thought I'll bring this up today. Since we talking about in the mind of a clown and how you got there, let me show you something about who the fuck I am, what a Gillespie is, and how it got spliced up, and how they got life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, and it wasn't even for you. It was for my black people. You see, And that's why they hate God, because they think God tricked them, but they genocided my people. You see? So they love holding you hostage because you going to the clown asylum and getting your daily fixes from them, not realizing judgment is at hand. And every chud in America gonna feel it. Every one of them, every fucking humanoid that think he don't went to space and said mankind was another moon, and this one got y'all believing in all type of Saturn. The Hebrew Israelites walking up the street, still walking with them smelly ass boots on, afraid to challenge the great one himself. Press one. You see, they can't deal with me. I better smoke some weed, huh? I bet, because this is how I am. This is the real me. You look me in my face, just know this is what's going in my brain. You better say something right or don't say nothing at all. You better be real or be a humanoid. You better do your homework or be an agent of confusion. You better get with KevRow or, just be dead in the eyes of the law. I know you don't believe me that I can help you. I know they never believed me, because if I saw a nigga say he receive no jurisdiction from a government that has jurisdiction, I wouldn't believe his ass either. Matter of fact, but I won't run. I'm gonna make him prove it to me. I prove it, but they know it's proven. It's documented, bro. One, Kev, a true soldier. It's documented. All you got to do is, figure it out how that happened. Because you ain't gonna believe me if I said my father has jurisdiction over me, because you so used of the clown having jurisdiction. You don't even know how to walk and talk law and be law. Your ass is scared of Yam and the big head aliens that they finna disclose to you on disclosure day with your dumb ass. Press one, and the only alien is this dude chimping out around. Press one, the only alien is y'all. Press one, you underground humanoid cannibals. Press one, favorite word is the N word. Yeah, I'm talking to you. And soon enough, even your children gonna say, we have inherited lies. That's what they gonna say. We are the Nazis, mama. No. We're not just Nazis. We the Nazi humanoid alien chuds who eat black people. And we all make money off of them. And they stupid. Go ahead, tell them. That's one. I want y'all to believe. This is what God wanted them to believe. Like Mrs. Kirk said, that they really gonna make heaven full. No, you gonna make hell full. Press one. Where you at, Rico? Press one. This country is a disgrace to God and mankind. Mankind is a disgrace to the Son of Man and the Spirit of truth. Mankind in the country ain't got nothing to do with the people. It's your people. It ain't this country. It's the belief. It's you and your foreign people who come over here, destroy God's beautiful people and his beautiful land. That's what y'all did as a nation. A street mass or a country ain't got nothing to do with the mindset of the individuals who set out to do this. Hit the like button and super subscribe. I'm Auntie Moore, L Bay, L this one, Soul Invictus, United States Navy. I'm Auntie all them just like God. Yeah. Yep, because they came and subdued my people. They all received life, and they wasn't given life, liberty, nor the pursuit. We are the beneficiaries of this, not you. That's why the librarian was telling you guys this way. I played those videos for a specific reason, for you to understand that these people have alienated our people off the land. This is ours. God gave this to us. We are inheritors of a beneficiary package so grand it fed all 50 nations, all 50 states, all 50 sister cities around the world. Press one, and God said he's cutting the tether. You're not confusing Kev. You're not finna latch on and cling on to Jacob, the lawgiver. You're not finna do that. He knows who you are. He knows where your land is. All of your lands right now is going to be confiscated and given to what the Bible say is Israel. This is all, and they have a king. All love it. And they little mini kings and mini me's. They talking about gods. You little mini me's and little kings and queens. Press one, little sons and daughters of the word. And the word is law. And you are the people of the law. Press one, you are the only ones who can save this whole fucking universe by orchestrating and commanding law. Press one, that's what makes us who we are. They hate us because our forefathers said it this way. And they were duped. They duped themselves. It's the sin that's in them that made them do what they did. They received your insurance package from your fallen forefathers that their forefathers murdered. Mr. Gillespie, KevRow, In the Mind of a Clown, continuing Monday. Be here first thing in the morning. Make sure you're a student. $8 a day. That's a pair of Jordan, fool. I don't care what it is. Get it there. Charge me up. Let me know you value this truth right here. Yep. Sign up. Patreon.com. I'm not monetized. Peter Thiel, nigga, YouTube, they all hate me. Everybody hate Kev, and they gonna hate you. But their hate is not stronger than God's love. We a family now. It's over. Now we got our own propaganda machine. We got our own truth. They can't even touch it. It's not, they can't even verify it. They can't prove it or disprove it. They know nothing of it. Press when they know nothing of it. The only thing they know is soul dyers, Serapis Bay, nigga, suns and moons, menstrual cycles, Jupiter, Saturn, press one, Leviathan, and where they going. Because they know nothing of what you're capable of. God's people, the people of the true promise. You ever see this? You ain't never seen nothing like this before. Kev is proving you are a natural inheritor of something you don't even know is there. The Bible telling you his children gonna receive something that they are part of an inheritance so grand, nigga, that it took care of demons on this damn earth. Press one, and you don't think it got nothing to do with you? I'm gonna show you. No. Excuse me. I showed you already. We just in a different chapter now. KevRow University. And as always, I'll holler.